Tight first 40 before they pull away in the third. What was your overall assessment of the game?
Yeah, going into the third, you're 3-3, and we made mistakes in the third period that we haven't made in quite some time, and it was a couple areas. Our forwards did not support our defensemen with gaps and some pucks to the net from the point that we turned pucks over in our own zone. That a couple areas that have been really uncharacteristic for us, especially the last couple months. So. It happened, and you could see the guys were frustrated with it, and that probably compounded it a little bit more.
Gonna ask though. I mean, how do you explain that response? It's not like you guys have never tied a game in the third period. You fall behind one, and that seemed to just be the undoing there.
Well, I'm trying to think of the go-ahead goal, the fourth goal. The breakdown was a simple, retrieve that we've executed very, very well, and we didn't execute it. So that was that retrieve, D-zone, low to high. 3 other goals in that period were odd man rushes we haven't given up in a long time, the way we gave them up. And again, it was forwards not reloading in support of defensemen. So when you don't play as a 5-man unit, and you're not executing with the guy next to you what you're supposed to, and you have that gap, so you have a team ready to go, that's what's going to happen. They have skill to execute on a mistake, and the mistakes were made.
Didn't get a goal on the power play. Did you feel like the new units created more looks tonight?
Power play was much, much better from the standpoint even of confidence. But yes, they had more looks and more possession. Thought the Thompson line with Peterka was real good as well. Even 5-on-5, but certainly not enough.
How do you assess JJ's game? Because of course he finishes the 2 goals, but also the penalty was a difficult moment, and I know he was one of the forwards that you're referring to that didn't come back to help one of your defensemen.
Penalties are subjective, so I would stay away from those. But there's things to like about his game, and there's obvious things that that he needs to. He'll learn from, and he'll gain experience of it going through it. But there was a lot to like of his game tonight, and he made a lot of plays, and you can see his hockey sense and awareness. He not only scored 2, but let's face it, he could have had 2 more. Might have had 3 more. The chances that he generated and the looks he had, and that's obviously one good sign in what was not a good night.
Just under the circumstances, you guys are fighting for your playoff lives. You need to see a desperate response there. I mean, just given the way the third goes, do you want the leaders in the room to sort of step up at that point? I mean, how do you want the group to handle that?
There's no question Darlene is one of our biggest leaders, and there's no question he stepped up. His assertiveness, Thompson I thought was good, Tuck was good, but it takes everybody. And if you're out of sync, like I said, against a team that's on their game, and then you couple it with a team that can execute at the level they can, you could be off by 10%, and that's enough to be exploited and look bad, and that's the case. So but as far as the guys that we look at come to mind right now, our most experienced guys being Tuck, kind of our older guys being Tuck, Thompson, and Darlene as a leader, Zemgus. Those guys worked. But when you're not 5 men in sync, like I said, this team will take advantage of it, and they did.
Tough to see you go through that. I mean, just kind of getting left hanging out the dry.
Oh, absolutely tough. The way Ukko has been playing to not give him support tonight, and I've said it for 3 months. There's been a consistent shot selection, and his job has been easier, and he's made it look easy. Tonight, we didn't have the help in front of him, and you could tell it was tough for him to read. You absolutely feel bad for him. We didn't, as a 5-man unit, help him in any regard with any consistency of shot selection coming at him, and you could see it was a lot of difficult reads for him.